Hey everybody, this is Joel and
Paul
from Moving to Mexi.co. Bienvenidos a nuestro canal and bienvenidos to the best carnitas aquí en Bucerias on the Upper East Side.
Yeah.
And we've been here
These
before.
Are good. Yeah, we were here last Taco Tuesday.
We were. We were last week. And we've been here a couple times before that over the course of the last 2 years. But hey, when something's good, why not?
Plus, a lot of times we shoot these videos and it's like mid-afternoon. And this one is the only taco place that's
still
always open, right?
Yeah. Because they're kind of getting that crowd that's coming in the morning, and also the lunch crowd is buying carnitas to go for dinner tonight.
That's right.
But anyways, last week we did like a little tour of the project, so hope you watched that. If you didn't, go back to last Taco Tuesday, and you can see our full project update. Some exciting news about Paul's Cafe.
Yeah.
We finally got the permits, and we're just working on the final pricing. And we're going to be doing a groundbreaking here imminently. And again, if you're looking to get in on the ground floor on some great pre-sold pricing, you need to contact Daniela at movingtomexi.co for those purchase options, as well as various investment options we have going on right now. Anyways, the question of the day that we thought we would try to answer was, is Mexico City a dangerous place to visit?
Yeah, because we just went there and you just went back.
Yeah, it was so dangerous I went back again.
Yeah, you're living life on the edge there.
Living life on the edge. Yeah, we did our trip, and if you haven't watched those two videos, I'll put the link in the description to the beautiful places that we got to stay in Mexico City. One was an hacienda style from the 18th century.
Yeah.
Was it 18? Yeah, it's 18th century. So
yeah, because it was the 1700s.
1700s. And the other one was a little more modern, built I think in the 60s, kind of boho Miami style.
Yes.
Right? So anyways, like we see that a lot, that people automatically assume that Mexico City is dangerous. The truth is, we did a trip, Paul, me and Daniela, and then it seems like the traffic's really picked up all of a sudden, Paul. And then I had such a good time that I said to Jillian, we just got to go back before this, because we're going to get busy here soon. We're not going to have time to travel. So let's just go do a quick weekend trip. So Jillian and I flew out on a Thursday, and then we stayed till a Sunday. And we stayed in Coyoacan at the Casa Omac again.
Yeah.
And it was just us and Maki the cat. A beautiful home. What was your favorite part of that home?
It was I like the garden area.
Yeah, the garden area.
Yeah, and I mean the courtyard is awesome. You know, I like that layout of for a home. Just have the garden and a courtyard in the middle, and yeah, it's just beautiful. Yeah,
we chose that bedroom again. That was adjacent to the courtyard. Even though yours was too, but it had a door that opened to another courtyard.
Yeah,
so this
yours
one
had the windows.
I like the windows that opened up, and I went and had my coffee out there every morning.
Yeah.
Maki the cat would sit on my lap for like the whole coffee.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's just such a nice cat.
Yeah.
And then from that house, there were so many places to explore. And that, to answer your question, is Mexico City dangerous? There's definitely going to be parts of Mexico City you may not want to wander into.
Sure.
O algo de fierro viejo que vendan. Se compra.
But generally, if you're sticking to the mainstream areas, like throughout Coyoacan, I'm just going to speak, where we visited was Coyoacan, Roma, and Condesa, so we walked all over those areas. And Jillian and I, we figured we walked about 18 kilometers over the whole weekend.
Yeah.
Because we were just walking every day.
Yeah.
And not once did we feel threatened. Especially, well, in Coyoacan, it's pretty scrub clean.
Sure.
Designer dogs, fancy people, nice cafes. You know, Roma is a mixed bag of tricks. Like, we went one night. We went to a speakeasy, and kind of more of a off the beaten path part of Roma. And it was like an old garage station, and you had to knock on the door and give a secret password to get in there. And there was no one around, but I didn't feel scared at all.
Yeah.
And then after about a half an hour of us arriving, all these young Mexicans arrived. And it is interesting too, because, and this is maybe just a sub-question about all the foreigners moving to Mexico. Someone said, oh, all those American hipsters are coming to Mexico. Okay, all the hipsters I saw were pretty well Mexican.
That's right.
The entire weekend.
Yeah.
With the odd gringo or American Canadian, thrown into the mix. But all the restaurants we went to, all the little cafes, I was predominantly Mexican, but I did notice a lot more English speaking at some tables.
Ah, okay.
You know, but also
But then you wonder, like, are they
but it was a
just
mixed
tourists?
group. No, it was like Mexicans and English speaking. Like one group was purely Mexican, but they were speaking in English. But he was on a phone with a business call or something.
No.
And then after that call, he went
Back to Spanish.
back to Spanish.
Okay.
So,
Who knows, right?
but I mean, like, what was your take of
Well,
walking
I'll
around
say that I'm walking around with about $2,000 worth of equipment
Yeah.
attached to me, and I never felt threatened. I felt like I was getting a look. Granted, we were in these nice neighborhoods, but if I was in the United States and I was walking down a bad neighborhood, I wouldn't want to be walking around this
Right.
therapist, either. It's just, you get the vibe and you're like, that's good. Like, I'm feeling fine here,
Yeah.
and I did. I never even thought about it. I remember thinking about it afterwards. I was like, I'm walking around with all my camera equipment in Mexico City. No problem.
Yeah. I agree. I was talking to Nadia, and she was telling me about one kind of market area, which is a little sketchy. So she goes, if you go there, you want to be with locals
Yeah.
and dress down.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be wearing fancy shit with like jewelry and just
Don't be
try to
flashy,
blend.
right?
Just try to blend in.
Yeah.
But that's like anywhere, right? Like, again, we've touched on our videos on this topic before, but just use some common sense.
Yeah.
If you're going to the subway, keep your stuff close, like,
Yeah.
because you can get pickpocketed there.
Yeah.
Bob, my in-law, my father-in-law did one time.
In
But
Mexico City?
Yeah,
Oh.
but I know people have been pickpocketed in Rome and Paris and
Oh, yeah.
all over the world,
For
right?
sure.
We had some friends actually in Portugal got completely robbed of their rental. Like, so what happened was, here was the scam. These people at a stoplight, someone sneaks up and flattens a tire.
Uh-huh.
And then you get to the next light and you stop at this light. Oh my God, we got a flat tire. And it was 4 ladies, right? And not to say ladies can't change tires, but they were kind of at a
They were
loss
targeted.
as what to do. They were specifically targeted.
Sure.
Then these guys came, they were the saviors.
Uh-huh.
And meanwhile, they're changing the tire and everything got robbed in the car. Like all their luggage. Like,
Oh my gosh.
literally, they cleaned them out.
Yeah.
This is in like Lisbon.
Yeah.
So, this kind of stuff can happen anywhere. Thieves be thieves, right?
Yeah.
And, just stick to the plan. Stick it, like we said, stay in your lane. We took Ubers, at night. So we'd walk where
Yeah.
it was popular or a lot of population, we would
Yeah.
walk. But then when we were going to walk, we didn't walk home.
Right.
We just took like 150 peso Uber. It's like $7.50.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Pretty easy. And it's an easy flight from here to Mexico City. Like 1 hour.
1 hour from Puerto Vallarta. And
Domestic?
I think the average time from, let's say, any hub in the United States is 3 hours or less.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think something else, like when people think, flying into Mexico, it's kind of a big deal, but it's really not. Once you're in here, you don't have to you don't have to go through customs, right? It's a domestic flight. You don't need your passport. You just need an ID. Mm-hmm. And so it's a lot easier to fly within Mexico.
Yeah, so if you're already here for a trip, it's such a nice thing to tag on. And I don't think a lot of people think of that.
Yeah.
They just come here for the beach holiday,
Yeah.
and literally you could add $100 flight return. That's what I paid for both Jillian and I. And then I know what seats to upgrade to. Like, so it's a $12 for the, we stayed in the emergency row.
For $12, you could stay there.
And you're guaranteed luggage space because you're the only one that could use the space above, because you're not allowed to put your luggage below the seat.
Yes.
So you're not going to be fighting for luggage space.
Yeah.
And you have all that leg room.
Yeah.
It's only $12.
Right.
I wouldn't even bother with upgrading to any better seat than that. That's
Yeah.
one of the best seats in the plane.
Good deal.
And I was going to talk about one last thing. Is definitely when you get to Mexico City, don't rent a car.
Right.
I know we touched on this before,
That's right.
but it is safe to drive. As a sub answer to another question, like.
Oh, is it safe
Yeah,
to drive?
yeah.
in
Like
general?
if you're gonna leave Mexico City, rent a car and then you can leave. And then we did another video on that. Don't feel threatened about your safety.
Yeah. We did run into some traffic though,
Oh my God.
leaving Mexico City.
Leave
was
Mexico
a bit
City
of
on a
nightmare.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Don't
Because was it Friday for us?
It was Friday. It was the worst day.
Friday rush, kind of rush hour. Eventually, we hit the rush hour.
We hit the rush hour, and it was no bueno.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, 2 thumbs up to Mexico City. The city seems to be really super organized as of late. It's got like a really different vibe, like a lot of younger vibe right now. And it's kind of coming into its own.
Yeah.
And like one thing Jillian said is like, literally, you could be in any European city in the world right now and not know.
Oh yeah.
And so you don't need to go all the way to Europe.
I would have thought like, oh, I'm in Spain.
Yeah.
You know, or where am I?
Well, someone did. I said, where am I?
Uh-huh.
I do these little posts. Someone said Madrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, could feel like that.
Easily, right?
All right, everybody, thanks again for watching. And yes, it is safe to visit Mexico City. Please do it. And if you like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and toggle that notification bell so you see when we're putting out all this cool content and wonderful information about Mexico that we love sharing with all of you.
That's right.
All right, everybody, on that note, nos vemos. Hasta luego and adios desde el Upper East Side, aquí en Bucerias, Mexico, and the best feministas tacos in town.
In the world.
Hey everybody, this is Joel and Paul from movingtomexi.co. Bienvenidos a nuestro canal and bienvenidos to Bucerias, Mexico. And welcome to our channel, Moving to Mexi.co. Anyways, do you want to win your share of $10,000 worth of vacation credit here in Bucerias, Mexico? What do you think, Paul? Do they want to do that?
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. Anyways, we are approaching 10,000 subscribers to our channel. It's been a bit of a long road, but it's 2 years later. We're about to hit 10,000, and when we hit that 10,000, we're going to give away, no questions asked, $10,000 worth of vacation credits right here in Bucerias, Mexico. And how do you do it? Well, number one, hit the subscription button on our channel, subscribe to the channel, and you might as well toggle that notification bell and give us a thumbs up while you're at it. And then number two, go to the link in the description and enter the contest on our webpage at movingtomexi.co. And once we hit 10,000 subscribers, 1 week later, we're going to close off the contest. We're going to draw it randomly through all the names, and we're going to give away a slew of prizes. So good luck, everybody. And as we like to say here at movingtomexi.co, if you're new, nos vemos, hasta luego, and adios desde Bucerias, Mexico.